today. Investing heavily in infrastructure to help tourism economy recover. Department of Tourism Job Fair offers 8,000 vacancies. First 100 days bringing back tourism jobs promoting Philippine Beyond Fund. Overdependence on tourism can leave countries overcrowded and may even result in local residents moving away. DOT supports National Museum, offers help in promoting museums, and rising prices in tourism industry. Good afternoon, Philippines. Today is November 12, 2022. I am Marlene Atilio, and this is Sharp News. For our first headline, investing heavily in infrastructure to help tourism and the economy recover. However, the negative impact on the tourism industry, which the incoming Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco said that has underscored the importance of investing heavily in infrastructure to help the tourism industry and the economy recover. That means coordinating closely with relevant government agencies for the improvement of roads, bridges, access, seaports, airports, as well as modes of public transportation, she said. What the pandemic has taught us that you can actually continue to market your products by way of digitalization, by way of mobile application through online platforms, notwithstanding the restriction of physical contact, the incoming Tourism Secretary said. So, providing our lesser-known tourist destinations with access through digitalization and introduction of online platforms that can shed light on them, I think is also very important, she added. And now for our next headline, Department of Tourism's Job Fair offers 8,000 vacancies. Cedric, take it away.
Thank you, Marlene. So according to Department of Tourism on September 20, 2022, over 8,000 job vacancies are available at the first government-led tourism job fair in Manila, Cebu, and Davao.
The staging of the Trabajo Turismo Ascenso Job Fair, jointly organized by the DOT and the Department of Labor and Employment, was in response to tourism stakeholders' call for assistance amid difficulties in hiring back employees displaced during the pandemic. Some 157 employers, from accommodation establishments, travel and tour services, meetings, incentives, convention and exhibitions facilities and organizers, tourist transport operators, health and wellness services, restaurant food services, and other tourism-related establishments also joined the event. In a video message, Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco, who is in New York as part of the Philippine delegation led by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., hoped that this initiative would pave way for the fast recovery of the Philippine tourism. We are steadfast in concretizing the objective of our President, Bongbong Marcos, for tourism to herald the Filipino brand, one that will spark pride of place and love of country. And it is you, our tourism workers and stakeholders, who are the best representation of the Filipino brand, she said.
And that's my report for today. Back to you, Marlene.
Thank you, Cedric, for our next headline. First 100 days into office, Secretary Cristina Frasco initiated measures in bringing back jobs in tourism. Take it away, Cedric.
Thank you, Marlene. 100 days into office, the Department of Tourism under Secretary Cristina Frasco has initiated measures to bring back tourism jobs while actively promoting the Philippines as a destination fully ready to welcome returning travelers.
These efforts, Frasco said, are in consonance with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s 8-point socio-economic agenda to fast-track the country's recovery. To further improve the overall tourist experience, the DOT on October 7 broke ground for the pilot rest areas across the Philippines, including Manolo Fort Ridge in Bukidnon, Samal Island in Davao del Norte, and Carmen and Medellin in Cebu. The Philippines is also developing its existing tourism products such as dive and marine sports tourism, education, health and cruise tourism, food and gastronomy, culture and heritage tourism, halal, and film and arts tourism.
That's for my report.
For our next headline, overdependence on tourism, that will be reported by Kathleen. Kathleen, take it away.
Thank you, Marlene. For my report, overdependence on tourism. Many countries and most businesses are highly dependent on tourism. Without tourism, businesses such as hotels and restaurants will struggle as it is not an everyday activity for locals. Overdependence on tourism can leave countries overcrowded and may even result in local residents moving away.
Over time, the emphasis on tourism becomes such that there is virtually no other approach to development. As a result, the country becomes dependent on tourism revenue to the extent that any change in demand is likely to lead to a major economic crisis. That's my report today regarding economic dependence on tourism.
Thank you, Kathleen. And now for our next headline. Department of Tourism now supports in promoting National Museum. Jasmine, take it away.
Thank you, Marlene. The Department of Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Brasco on Wednesday affirmed the department's full support to the National Museum of the Philippines, or NMP, during her attendance at the third quarter regular Board of Trustees, or BOT, meeting at the National Museum in Manila.
The NMP's mandate is to establish, manage, and develop museums not only in Manila but also in key locations around the country. An advocate of culture and the arts herself, Brasco, who is a former mayor of Liloan, Cebu, also said all of your efforts deserve to be highlighted and the general public needs to really know about all the activities because giving the general public access to all of these worthwhile endeavors would also benefit both the museums and the public in general in that we are able to provide mainstream access to all that the museums have to offer. I hope to have a similar effort done for the National Museum because I will be very interested to explore how we can assist in increasing engagement for its endeavors, she added. That's for my report regarding the expansion of markets in tourism.
Thank you, Jasmine. And now for our last headline. Rising prices in tourism industry. Take it away, Kirby.
Thank you, Marlene. The tourism industry doesn't always smell a process, and there are also several negative economic impacts of tourism. And one of the most obvious economic impacts of tourism is the increase in price. Increasing demand for basic services and goods from tourists will often cause price hikes that negatively impact local residents whose income does not increase proportionately. Tourism development and the related rise in estates demand may dramatically increase building costs and land values. It often means that local people will be forced to move away from the area that tourism is located, known as gentrification.
According to the Eurostat and others' calculation, price level by category by two groups of countries, which is tourism dominant and other. Based on the graph, consumer services and goods services associated with tourism consumption, hotels and restaurants, reaction and culture, transportation and food and beverages. Thereby, they control for the other factors that commonly influence the price level of an economy, such as income, productivity, trade openness, and fiscal dominance. The result suggests that tourism activity increases the overall price level in the economy.
And that's my report for today.
Thank you, Kirby. And that's our report for today. This is Marlene.
I am Cedric Burgais.
I am Kathleen Joy Aliyah.
I'm John Kirby Armado.
And this is Jasmine Lee S. Agustin. Always ahead, always taking the lead. This is Sharp News.